What's going on, Nerd Squad? I'm your host, Johnny Rogers, and if you happen to be new here, we post nerdy content all day long, so to never miss another video, tap that subscribe button. Plus, you'll want to stay all the way until the end of this one because you won't believe our #1 spot. Seriously, you're not gonna believe it. Even I didn't believe it, and I wrote this. Now, just because superheroes are out fighting crime all the time, it doesn't mean that they can't take a break for their love life. There have been many superhero couples that have worked out in the past, some that haven't, and some that were just, well, plain strange. However, today we'll be breaking down all of these short-lived hookups between the superheroes that we just couldn't have ever imagined happening. Before we get started though, leave us a comment down below with which villains you'd love to see become a couple, and while you ponder that, let's jump right into the top 10 superhero hookups we never saw coming. In at number 10, Shazam and Stargirl. A lot of the superheroes close to Shazam don't know that he's actually a teenager trapped in an adult's body. While working with the JSA, he and the teen Stargirl started getting, a little bit closer, and while the two were stuck in a different dimension, their powers were stripped away, so the adult Shazam was in his teen form of Billy Batson. Other than in this scenario, these two superheroes hooking up was just plain weird, which is also why we would have never seen this coming regardless of how close they were before this. They worked collaboratively to escape this dimension and even sealed it with a kiss. Although once returning to the JSA, they were kinda really weirded out by seeing an adult Shazam hitting on the teen Stargirl, so definitely a short-lived hookup. In at number 9, Black Widow and Winter Soldier. After many had thought that Bucky Barnes was dead for sure, he made a miraculous comeback as the Winter Soldier in 2005. Bucky had spent his time away working with the Soviet Union as their top assassin, and during that time he had begun a relationship with Natasha Romanoff. Although because they were both part of a secret Soviet organizations, their brains were constantly being messed with, which led to the Winter Widow couple forgetting that they had even been together. When Bucky had his brief stint as Captain America, he and Natasha worked hand in hand on a lot of missions, but the Black Widow was brainwashed yet again to be an assassin. Bucky, on the other hand, was able to break out of this mind control and remember their relationship, but Natasha remembered everything except their hookups. Oof. Oh, sorry, I don't remember. In at number 8, Hawkeye and Wasp. In another surprising hookup that we never saw coming, we have the odd pairing of Hawkeye and the Wasp. Written by the sort of hated Chuck Austen, when he was working on the Avengers comic books, he drove fans insane with the way that he took the characters out of context. He would often write in storylines for characters that just didn't fit them. Fans couldn't believe how out of left field this relationship was between the two friends who literally had no build up to this really random hookup. Even Captain America and Hank were questioning why the pair were embracing each other at the start of Avengers issue 83 volume 3. Thankfully this didn't last long because Chuck was, well, removed from his job, as was the hookup. In at number 7, Cyclops and Emma Frost. This hookup isn't so much something that we didn't see coming, but more so something that fans really wanted to ignore ever happened. Emma's character may have been altered a bit, but deep down she's still this manipulative and arrogant lady. She only started hooking up with Cyclops because she knew it would make Jean Grey angry, and you wouldn't like her when she's angry. The White Queen did everything in her power to play games with Scott, eventually driving his character into a very bad place before she eventually embraced her role as a villain, where she should always remain. In at number 6, Nightwing and Catwoman. Now I get that this is a superhero hookup video, but Catwoman has done heroic things before, so let's just give her the benefit of the doubt. Back in 1996 for Nightwing issue number 52, Catwoman and Nightwing had a very unusual and unexpected encounter. The hookup between them didn't exactly come from a place of hidden affection either. Catwoman wanted to make Batman jealous, and when Grayson ran into her at a warehouse, she took full advantage of this opportunity. Nightwing is trying to switch the focus to the danger at hand, but Catwoman is only focused on this bizarre jealousy scheme. Regardless of the intentions on both ends, they both engaged in this secret love affair and then agreed not to let Bruce know. Like he wouldn't find out eventually. In at number 5, Daredevil and Black Cat. During the comic book Amazing Spider-Man number 677, Black Cat had been arrested, so Spider-Man had called on Daredevil for an epic team up to help free her. Although Black Cat didn't really need either of their help. She was already able to break out of prison on her own and even set up a trap for the two. I mean, what a nice thing to do for somebody that wanted to free you from jail. Oh, and by the way, the trap? She rigged 2 buildings to crash down on top of them, leaving both superheroes quite helpless. And at the end, they were able to sort out their differences, but for whatever reason, Daredevil felt this attraction for Black Cat. The two eventually hooked up, but other than that single surprising time, they didn't develop the relationship into anything more. I mean, thank God. evil lady. In at number 4, Batman and Black Canary. Typically, the masterful fighter Black Canary is known for her relationship with Oliver Queen, although when it came to Frank Miller's Dark Knight and All-Star Batman and Robin, he shocked fans with a surprising hookup. The random hookup was brief and fleeting, but regardless was filled with an intense comic book hookup passion. Black Canary started to fall for Batman simply for his ability to fight off criminals using just his fists, which makes sense considering how notable of a fighter the Black Canary is. Although, we're guessing this relationship didn't last long because the first thing Batman said when kissing her, "I haven't kissed a smoker in weeks, not since Selena." Way to kill the vibe, dude. Bringing up your ex on the first kiss? Man. In at number 3, Johnny Storm and Medusa. This hookup certainly shocked fans of the Uncanny Inhumans, especially considering that Johnny was already in an established relationship with Crystal, the element-controlling Inhuman royal family member. However, in 2016, during issue number 8 of the Inhuman series, Johnny had flipped the script and hooked up with Crystal's sister Medusa. This is like a comic book soap opera. At the time, she wasn't with Black Bolt anymore, and as fate would have it, the pair instantly clicked. Of course, it didn't last long when Crystal found out. Then when Black Bolt returned, things got even more awkward with Johnny deciding to just leave the Inhumans to avoid any friction altogether. Probably a good move. In at number 2, Captain America and Scarlet Witch. Yep, you heard that right. This hookup was certainly a bizarre moment considering the fact that these two for a long time were considered by fans as more of a mentor-mentee type relationship. Because of this, it came as a huge surprise that a romance was starting between them. Although Wanda had actually been crushing on Cap for a long time. In fact, ever since the beginning of her time with the Avengers, the two shared many close calls that built up to this passionate yet short-lived hookup. However, it only ended between them because Captain America didn't think it was a great idea. The feeling was not mutual. Wanda ended up using her reality warping powers to cause a reaction of events that culminated with the Avengers Disassembled storyline, which yet again reinforces the idea that you should never date your coworkers. Last but not least, in our number 1 spot, Doctor Strange and Elektra. Set to be released March 4th, 2020, the cover for the Savage Avengers issue number 11 has raised a lot of eyebrows. The comic book is meant to reveal the horrific secret behind Kulanga's power, but the real question most fans will have is this hookup between Elektra and Doctor Strange. It's just bizarre. We don't know all the details as of yet, but what we do know is that Clea and Matt Murdock are probably equally out of the loop on this one. In the previous issue, Strange, Doom, and Conan the Barbarian will attempt to kill Kulangath, but for the next issue to have this as the cover, something had to have gone down. I guess we'll have to wait and see though, if this is going to be either short-lived or long-term. Who's to say? Although I want to hear what you have to say about it. Leave me a comment down below if you think their relationship is going to go on. Is Matt Murdock going to come back and be like, bro, you stole my girlfriend, what's up? And that has been the top 10 superhero hookups we never saw coming. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, then show us some love here by tapping that like and subscribe button. Plus, leave us a comment down below with your thoughts on this list. And for more videos like this one, all you gotta do is click that playlist on the screen. From Top 10 Nerd, my name is Johnny Rogers, and until we meet again, take care.